Do we have to do everything to be happy on earth? This question I ask because when you are faced with young people who say, okay, let's admit that the goal is eternal life, but all the same you have to be happy on earth, and they are right. And the question as I ask it is, do we have to do everything to be happy on earth? And the answer is no, not do everything. When we understand the goal of Christian life, the passage through a period of 80 years of earthly life, the first step of a purgatory that leads to eternity. Eternity, an eternal life with God, with his neighbor in a garden of light. But that is secondary. What is essential is the presence of God and of one's neighbor. Well, that 80 years of earthly life are so little compared to eternity. So there are many things we can do to be happy, and it's our duty to try to be happy, to find the right man for us when we are a young girl, to succeed in a family life, to raise up their children well, but we should not do everything, that is to say, to commit mortal sin. Let me explain. When you love God with all your heart, when you choose to get married, you put your husband and your children as the goal of your life, and that's very good. However, we must place first and foremost God above all. Then we act with honor. Let us imagine that one day her husband gives her an idea, a trick to get rich, to dishonestly make money, something which will give them a better standard of living. For example, he may steal the inheritance of an old lady. That would be so great. She is alone, she is abandoned. We will try to seduce her. We may well become the universal legatee, even if it means that her children who do not come here and see her deprived. In this case, there is a mortal sin being committed. We put money first and we commit dishonesty. The intention is not to help this woman. The intention is to take her wealth. You can't do anything just to be happy. I would say that if we put money as a primary goal, glory, pleasure may also be goals. And if we do such things to be happy, that we do not put them in their correct place as useful means of living, which must be earned honestly, then one places a mortal sin in the place of God, and one can no longer be a friend of God. We convert our earthly life with a view to happiness into a life that will lead us to perdition. So we must at all times do what is honest in order to be happy on earth. And when a mortal sin may be committed, and when an indignity arises, for example, to consider that one may abort the child with whom one is pregnant simply because the material conditions are not present to receive the child, whereas we know as Christians that this child, his or her soul, is present, and that she is sleeping, that he will be thrown into death. When an indignity is committed, we consider that it has not committed. We must understand that all the ideal conditions are not present. However, that child must be welcomed as God's gift. And if she has moments of unhappiness, his true happiness will be the presence of his mother, of his father, the presence of those who love him. A child just needs a little warmth in a house and a little food. The child adapts to everything, as we can see, so we must not commit sin, but unworthy, in order to be happy on earth.